Hello, my name is Candace McClure, and I am a senior here at the University of the Ozarks. I am the assistant archivist as well as a library student worker here at our academic library, Robson Library. For this video, I'll talk primarily about the academic benefits I've had. Later on, I will also discuss a couple tips and tricks that can be used in order to help you, the student, the viewer, better navigate our library system. So first, a little bit about myself. Like I mentioned, I am currently a senior. However, I have changed my major 2 or 3 times. Originally, as most freshmen are, I was once undecided. I took a few classes, believed I fell in love with political science. However, after taking a couple more classes, I realized that wasn't the right career path for myself. Then I changed from political science to psychology. Still realized that it may not have been the field for myself. I currently work as a therapist off campus, and it can be a little heavy sometimes. So then I changed my major to general studies, and I believe that that will benefit me more in my future endeavors, primarily because, once again, of the conference that I managed to attend this past October. So here at this conference, there were a multitude of sessions as well as breakout sessions. And for at least 3 of these breakout sessions, you could choose your own adventure, whatever path you wanted to travel and whatever information you felt would benefit you the most. So, as previously mentioned, I once was a psychology major. I did not change my major until this semester, this past January. And it was primarily thanks to this conference. So I attended one of the breakout sessions on collective trauma. After having attended that session and realized the effect, the pervasiveness of collective trauma as well as individual trauma, I realized that it may not be the field for me, because oftentimes those therapists tend to need therapists themselves. But then I also learned about an alternative form of helping and reassuring patrons of any particular library. And that included just helping them find resources, helping get them connected to alternative positions and individuals versus take on the weight of their pain myself. So then additionally, I attended a conference on LGBTQIA plus individuals, as myself am. I'm in the plus. So the breakout session was primarily about, or the title was, "It's Not an Emergency." And I love that title actually because it suggests that while, yes, this is a session that's going to discuss emergency crises like matters, this is one to promote alternative forms of help and healing and community. In this session, they provided so many resources on how to get better connected within the gay community throughout Arkansas. There are quite a few resources to also be found within our library, which I can help you find later, or help to discuss a couple ways for you to find later on in this video. So it was really nice because then further, the individuals that also attended the breakout session were more or less people similar to myself, either gender fluid, non-binary, or maybe they were lesbian, what have you. And in addition to that, in order to ensure that we knew this was a safe space, they gave us these little buttons. Mine says, can you see that? Oh, it's backwards, I think. But mine says she, her. I also have one that says they, them, but I can't find it right now. And I also got this sticker. It's, again, maybe backwards, but it says safe space. This is my iPad, so it may flip it. I don't know. But yeah, they really reassured us and let us know that, hey, it's great to have resources for when you're in a crisis state, for if you are facing homelessness, if you're facing starvation, or even if you're afraid of coming out and you feel isolated and alone. But those can also be quelled in a manner that does not just focus on the fear, the danger. We can find resources for ourselves, for other individuals, that promote joy, love, happiness as well, beyond pride. So also I went to 3 additional breakout sessions. So for my 3rd breakout session, I went to one on diversity in libraries, and it was essentially just discussing the varying ways in which we as a community, our libraries specifically, but then broader, but then that perspective would then influence the broader community. So how it's important to practice humility, as well as encourage other people to engage with their own biases, understand what they are, what the underlying causes are, as well as try to find a way to combat them, so that we can indeed gather in these sorts of spaces and interact as one without prior beliefs on who we think they are and who they think we are. Primarily, attending this conference gave me a completely different outlook on school and careers. So then further, as previously mentioned, the conference gave me hope, actually, that regardless of my concerns, worries, fears, that there could be a place for myself, as well as any student on this campus, that it doesn't matter what your background is, what major you have, because all information is welcomed in this field, the field of library sciences, which is now what I have considered getting my master's degree in, because I know that, once again, the information that I have would ultimately be extremely beneficial to any library that I may become a part of. And that includes like school, like high school, elementary, middle school libraries. They're just as important as academic or public libraries. But yes, it gave me something to work towards, something to strive for. It gave me hope again. Growing closer to my coworkers and my bosses, as well as becoming more familiarized with the other individuals within the region, like the state librarian, as well as a few librarians within the area. It felt a little bit more like home. It felt like there was an actual community there for myself, beyond just if I were to go back home, where actually I realized it's not a priority for myself. I would like to continue to expand and grow, which is a feeling that I now have, again, thanks to having attended this conference. So then a couple tips and tricks for using our library here on campus. We do have an extensive database for finding a variety of periodicals, research articles, books, you literally name it. So when you walk into our library, you're able to immediately walk to the front desk, either ring the bell if no one is there, or if someone is there, just say hi. We'll usually greet you with a smile, and just ask, hey, I'm having trouble finding resources for a particular paper that I'm writing. And we'll guide you towards one of the computers towards the left of the front desk, and we can search for any title, any article based off of, if we have it in our library, based on keywords, title, author name, maybe subject matter as well. And you, the student, are also able to do so. Just simply type in the words. There's a drop-down box to the left of the space where you'll type, and you can just select any of those options, and it'll help to narrow your choices so as to find a book. So, or again, newspaper article, etc. We also have resources like EBSCOhost, EBSCOhost Web, I believe. We also have JSTOR, and we now have a variety of online video streaming resources available. We are also able to put books on reserve. We are able to access any item, we are able to purchase any item if need be, if we don't presently have them at our library. And then further, we also have an extensive collection of DVDs that can be, of course, checked out at any time. If you ever need to use a presentation room, the ones with the big screens in it, room 206, and then the latter room, we have the remotes for them behind the desk. All you have to do is request them. Our library link is underneath resources on EagleNet, and there you can access the search bars for finding additional information. But again, if nothing else, it does not hurt to shoot either of us, either of your library student workers like myself, or my bosses, Doug and Krista Dene. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.